Hi, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and I'm here today to introduce you to a new series of stitch videos that we're going to do, and to Christina,
hey guys,
who is an avid crocheter, knitter, and she's done a lot of different needle crafts.
I love experimenting. I mean, gosh, I've probably crocheted since I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. I think my grandmother taught me how. So yeah, I mean, I love pretty much any sort of crafting, and I'm always looking forward to learning something new.
So I'm enlisting Christina's help and to get a lot of instructional videos out on YouTube. And if you are looking for any type of help on different stitches, just let us know in the comments. And the different stitches that we're going to show you are like the ripple stitch, and that comes in several variations. There's ripple stitches with single crochets, with waves, and with double crochets stitches. There's all kinds of variations. Some have lace worked into them. And then there's the popular basket weave stitch, and that comes in several different variations. And then there's just regular like V-stitch or a netting stitch or a little seed stitch, which is like a single crochet chain one, and then you go back and single crochet in the chain one space. And then there's the more complicated stitches like the Solomon's knot it's called, or lover's knot this one's called. And what else is there?
Oh gosh. Cluster stitches, wave stitches, shell stitches.
And there's like broomstick lace. And hairpin lace. There's all kinds of stuff. So maybe we'll split those up too. We'll do the different ones that require like the stuff to go along with them, right, like the hairpin lace loom or whatever, you know. So maybe. So anyway, I want you to subscribe to the channel, and you want to make sure that you don't miss any of these great stitches that we're going to show you. And I look forward to Christina helping us.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be
I've already seen her crocheting, and that's Maggie approved. So thank you for joining us, and be sure to subscribe to the channel.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from maggiescrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Beachy Waves stitch pattern. This is a somewhat intermediate pattern. It does use a front post triple crochet stitch, which probably sounds more complicated than it is. So if you can get that one stitch worked out though, the rest of this pattern will be a breeze. So as you can see here in this sample, I've got 3 colors. I've got the white, which is kind of like my background color, and then I have blue and green shell stripes. So today I'll only be using 2 colors, so I'll have a background color and then all my shells will be the same color. So you can certainly do 2 or 3 colors, or you could even do more and have more different colors of shells. But I think it's going to look best if you keep your background color the same all the way through. So to start this pattern, you'll chain a multiple of 8 plus 2, and each one of these shells is one group of 8. So this was 3 groups of 8 plus 2, so this started with 26 chains. Today I'm going to do one that's just a little bit smaller, and I've started with 18 chains, which is 2 groups of 8, or 16, plus 2. So once you figure out how long you want your piece to be, the first row is just going to be single crochets. So you'll go into the second chain from the hook. Just take your hook, go right into that second chain, grab a loop, pull it through. You've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both. So there's 1 single crochet, and then I'm just going to keep single crocheting all the way across. So I finished this row, I should have 1 fewer single crochets than I did chain stitches. So since I started with 18 chains, I'll have 17 single crochets. So I'm going to do row 1. And then row 2 is just going to be double crochet. So I'll chain 3 and turn. That will count as my first double crochet. And then I'll just double crochet all the way across. I'll come back when I get to the end of that row. I'll show you how to change colors, and then I'll show you how to do the shell stitch. So here's rows 1 and 2, single crochet and then a double crochet row. Now at the end of round 2 I want to switch to my first contrasting color, and I like to do that in the last bit of the last stitch. So I'm going to take this one out real quick. This is a double crochet, so I'll start like normal. I'll yarn over, go into the stitch, grab a loop, pull it through. I have 3 loops on my hook at this point. I'll yarn over and pull through 2, but here I'm going to drop my color that I've been working with. I'm going to pick up my new color, which I've already tied a slip knot, so I'm just going to slide that on my hook. And this new color is what I'll pull through the very last bit of that stitch. And you may need to adjust your tension a little bit there. But that way you change colors, and as soon as I start the next row I'm working with my new color. So for row 3 we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're now looking at the right side of our piece. Start by single crocheting here in this very first double crochet. And then you're going to skip the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. And we're skipping the doubles and the singles. So if I look down here in my bottom row at my single crochets, there's I worked on top of that one. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip all those. There's the next one. And around this next single crochet, we're going to do 3 front post treble crochets. So front post stitches are usually worked in a double crochet. So if you're familiar with that, this is only a little bit different. And if you're already familiar with a treble crochet, this is only a little bit different than that. Maggie did some really good videos on post stitches and on treble crochet, so I'll try to remember to link those down in the description. If they're not there, leave me a comment and I'll be sure to put them in. But what you're going to do, you're going to start like a normal treble crochet, which is you'll yarn over twice, and then we're going to go around the single crochet here. So take your hook, go from front to back right around that stitch, just like that. Then you're going to grab a loop, pull it through. You have 4 loops on your hook at this point. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of them, yarn over and pull through 2 of them, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So see how that sits kind of in front of all the other stitches. So that's 1 front post treble crochet. We're going to do 2 more. So I'll yarn over twice. This time it's a little easier because we know exactly where we're going because we've already been there. So just go from front to back around that same stitch, grab a loop, pull it through, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we'll do that one more time. Yarn over twice, front to back around that single crochet, 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and through 2. So you've got, and your project may want to kind of bunch up a little bit. Don't worry about it too much, because as you continue going and the fabric gets larger, it'll kind of stretch itself out. So we've got these 3 stitches here in front of the rest of our work. Then we're going to look back at the row before, and you'll see in your instructions it says skip 3 double crochets on the current row. So let's see, there's the last one we worked into. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and in the next one we'll do a single crochet. Just kind of anchor that little group there right in the middle. Then we're going to do 3 more front post treble crochets around the same stitch. So when we're all said and done, we'll have 6 around that stitch, but we have the single crochet there in the middle. So I'm going to speed up a little bit now, just so I can get through this a little faster. If you need to rewind the video, you certainly absolutely can do that. There's 1, 2, and I do find it helps to kind of turn the work a little sideways. It helps me just get into that post a little easier. So whichever way you need to do it to make it a little easier, go for it. So then once you get those, the second set of 3 front post treble crochets, again you're going to look back at your previous row, skip the next 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one do another single, and that kind of tacks that down. So you've got this nice little bump there in front. And yeah, it's a little twisted, and like I said, it may want to pull a little bit, but as you continue working, it'll kind of even itself out. So you're going to repeat that bit all the way across. So I'm going to have room for one more here on this row. And then my very last stitch will be a single crochet in the last double crochet, which is actually the turning chain from that row. So I'll have skip 3, do 3 treble crochets, front post treble crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then there's the 4th one, and it's around that single that I'll be working all my front post treble crochets. Work 3 there, single crochet there, 3 more, and then single crochet in the very last stitch. So here I am at the end of row 3. You can see I've done my other little shell wavy kind of thing there, and I went ahead and finished off that color. So now we're going to pick up the white again, and to do that we're looking at the right side of our fabric. At this point it's pretty easy to tell the right from the wrong side because this is the right side and that's the wrong side, so all your shells are on the right side. So just take your hook, go into the top of that first single crochet, and that's where you're going to pick up your white. Just grab that and pull it through, and you've got a nice loop there. Row 4 is very easy. We're going to just chain 3 and then double crochet in each stitch across. So I'll just yarn over, go into the stitch, grab a loop, pull it through, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that all the way across. Once I get to the end of this row, I'm going to drop this color of yarn again. Now I'm not joining another color to it, I'm just going to drop it. So you can either just make this loop a little bigger so it won't pull through, or you can go ahead and actually pull your whole skein of yarn through this loop to kind of finish it off. Whichever you prefer. The latter is a little more stable, a little less likely to maybe pull out. So especially if you're traveling with this, or you have a cat trying to help you like I usually do, you might want to try that option. And then once you finish this row, row 4, you're going to start row 5. And row 5 is done by, you're going to join it on the right side to the top of this first double crochet. And then it's pretty much the same as row 3 was. So you'll have your single crochet there, you'll skip the next 3, and then you're going to do your front post treble crochets around this single crochet in the middle of your 2 groups of front post trebles from the other round. So remember, there's only that one single crochet in there, so it makes it a little easier to figure out which stitch you're going into. So you'll have 1 single, 3 front post trebles around that, then you do your single in the top of the double, your other 3 front post trebles, and then your single over to the side, skipping 3 double crochets. So again, you can do that using another color, such as in the sample that I showed you at the beginning of this video, or you can do it with the same color. It's totally up to you. And then row 6, we're going to pick up this off-white color again, or whatever color you're using for your background, and again we'll just double crochet across. Now that row will be on the wrong side, because if you'll notice, when I get to the end of this row, I'll have to turn my work. But again, it'll just be a chain 3, double crochet all the way across. And then you repeat rows 3 through 6 until your project is the size you want it to be. So I'm almost done with the 4th row here. And then there's my last one right on top of that single crochet. Let me show you the sample again. So basically all I've done so far is just about, well, about that much. I've done my first row, my second row, this is my third row, and I've done the fourth row, which is kind of the background behind this next group of shells. So you'll just continue on in that manner until it reaches the size you want it to be, then finish off and weave in all your ends. Well guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you have questions about this stitch, you can certainly ask them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to help you out. And down in the description you'll find everything you'll need for this project. Thanks for watching.
So I'm going from this side to that side, and I'm going to pick up my yarn and draw that up and then finish my double crochet like. So if you do, let's say I've seen scarves made with only pulling 5 loops through, and they look amazing. They're really cute. They come out